Welcome to the Calvin Dean Show, everyone. My name is Calvin Dean. This is my AFC prediction show, and it's going to be a fun one. Let's get right to it, right? The AFC North, right? We have the Baltimore Ravens, we have the Pittsburgh Steelers, we have the Cleveland Browns, and we have the Cincinnati Bengals. Bengals last year, 9-8. They came on at the end. I mean, Burrow's looked all world. But they're having problems with their defense still. And that's what gives them... I mean, Burrows has to throw 400 yards a game just to keep the game, close. And, this is not going to do it. Not in this league. Especially this division. I mean, you have the Browns, who will always play tough, right? And you have the Pittsburgh Steelers, that defense. Oof. And then you have the Baltimore Ravens, 12-5 last year. Come on. PFF has ranked Baltimore Ravens as the number one offense in the whole league right now. So, I mean, that's tough to overcome for everyone. And Baltimore's getting even better at defense. That's scary. That is scary. Pittsburgh picked up Aaron Rodgers. Who'd have figured? They got DK Metcalf. Huh. That could be dangerous, but they don't have a running game, but they do have that defense, right? Their offense's line is suspect. They went 10-7 last year. That's pretty good. And the Bengals 9-8, 3-14 for the Cleveland Browns. I just don't see Cleveland. I see maybe they win at the most 4 games. Sorry, Cleveland fans. I just don't see it happening. And the next team is the Cincinnati Bengals. They went 9-8 last year, and they, like I said, Burrows had to throw 400 or 500 yards just to catch up because of their defense. Hendrickson is the number one defensive person who actually had the most sacks last year, and guess what? He's holding out for a better contract, and of course, Cincinnati's balking. Wow. The number one sack leader in the NFL. Right? Number one. And guess what? Cincinnati, the reason why they are Cincinnati? Because they won't pay them. They don't understand the logic of how teams win Super Bowls. And they've been always very cheap. Very cheap. The owners are very cheap. So... paid Burrows, paid, the wide receivers, Chase and Higgins, and you got Brown. So you have a good offense, but that defense is so suspect, and to do this to Hendrickson, wow. Just trade him. Trade him for a couple guys, defensive players, I'm sure you could. One team will take him. I'm definitely will. There's a lot of teams would love to have him on the end. Anyway, this is pretty an easy. It's easy to pick this game. I think Rodgers might do well. I really do. I mean, I'm not a big fan of his. I mean, I used to be a really big fan of his, but the way he is personally, and the way he has done some stuff on the non-football level, you know what I'm talking about. He's just not. I don't respect him. So, but I think put that aside, because this is not about my feelings. It's about truth. I think they'll go 11-6 this year. I think they're going to really have a better year. I think it'll be between the Ravens and the Pittsburgh Steelers this year. I really do. I think right at the end, I think Baltimore will come out on top. I think they'll either do like 13-4 or 12-5, either or. But I definitely think Pittsburgh will go 11-6 this year, and Greg's wife and Jonathan will be loving it, because you'll see. I think Rodgers has a better team, better coached. He probably will start out slow, maybe not, but that team needs a running game. So the defense is going to keep them in the games. They really will. So give it up to the Baltimore Ravens, winning the North. Next division we have is the AFC East. East has the Buffalo Bills, the Miami Dolphins, the New York Jets, and the New England Patriots. Patriots were terrible last year. They went 4-13. The Jets were right behind them, 5-12, and the Miami Dolphins 8-9, and 13-4 for the Buffalo Bills. Once again, you go to a division that the division winner was clear cut. No one even came close, to them. 8-9, that was the closest, and that was Miami. I think New England 4-13. I think they're going to turn it around and go like 7-10. That's turning it around, guys, from 4-13. Really, seriously. Justin Fields is the new quarterback. Now, hey, they could prove me wrong. They have the defensive coordinator coaching the team now from the Detroit Lions. And the New York Jets, wow. I can't. The Jets, I see them going at the best 6-11, maybe 7-10. That's stretching it. Let's just be honest. 6-11. And the New England Patriots, I think they'll do better. I think they're going to do better than the Jets. I think they'll go maybe 8-9, 7-10, between that, around there. So, both teams will have better seasons. Not by far, but they will have better seasons. As you'll see. I think it's between the Miami Dolphins and the Buffalo Bills. I really do. I think Miami's underrated coming into the season. Buffalo clearly was the best last year, 13-4. Second place was Miami at 8-9. Come on now. I think Miami's going to do better this year. I think they're going to go on one of their runs. You know those runs? Those winning runs? I think they're going to go on a winning run. I think they'll go at the best maybe 10-7, or maybe even eke out 11-6. I really do. I think Miami's definitely going to have fun. I think they'll make the playoffs this year too. I have the Buffalo Bills winning division. I think they'll be in like 13-4. I think they're the second place team in this whole AFC. I think Baltimore's number 1, and I think the Buffalo Bills are number 2 in the AFC. I really do. So I'm going to give this division up to the Buffalo Bills, surprisingly, right? And I'm having second place, but I'm having Miami getting into the playoffs this year. Brilliant. All right. The next division is the AFC South. This is a tough one. And there's a reason for it. I called CJ Stroud. I knew his sophomore year. I told everyone, I said, I think he's going to have the sophomore-itis. And that's what happened. Yeah, he just didn't have the great season like he did his rookie season. That's what happens. These rookie quarterbacks will do really well, and like Baker Mayfield, CJ Stroud, and then the next year, it's a ho-hum year. And it's called sophomore-itis. It happens to mainly every single freshman class in the NFL starting, right? And then it just changes. So, and then you have the Indianapolis Colts, you have the Jaguars, and you have the Tennessee Titans. Tennessee Titans are going to be interesting. They're going to be interesting. They're had the number 1 pick, Cam Ward, right? Be better than 3-14. I think Tennessee will go 6-11 this year. The Jags, oh man, that was 4-13 last year. They just signed Trevor Lawrence to this huge deal. Oh my God, they got some good players in the draft. I Well, they got the Heisman Trophy winner. And, he's going to play both defense and offense. Wow, that's going to be fun to see. Travis Hunter. He's a phenom. Watch, guys. He is just this exciting player to watch. It's going to be fun to watch him. I can't wait. And then you have the Indianapolis Colts. The whole thing with the Jags, their defense are terrible. I mean, Aaron Rodgers lit them up, and they were the last place defensive backfield. And, Aaron, I could have gotten out there and lit him up. So, but anyway, I think this is going to be a surprising year. And this is the year, and I'm making a bold prediction. This is my bold prediction. Daniel Jones has never seen an offensive line like he has. He's never seen it. I think Daniel is going to have a breakout year. I think he's going to be the comeback player of the year in the AFC. And I think they're going to take the division. I really do. I think they're going to go a surprisingly 11-6. And Houston will barely make the playoffs at 9-8. But I think it's going to be the Indianapolis Colts, the Houston Texans, the Titans, and the Jacksonville Jags. Jags have to show me a better defense. If I see a better defense from the Jags, they will fight for the last place or third place in their division. Give it up to the Indianapolis Colts. That is my bold prediction. The last division is the AFC West. Hello. Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce. Oh boy. Patrick Mahomes. I mean, come on, man. It doesn't get better than this. Spags, Andy Reid. Wow. Pacheco. I mean, that can go on and on, guys. They are missing a left tackle. That's pretty big. As you can see what happened to them in the Super Bowl, right? I think they're vulnerable this year. They went 15-2 last year, but they won a lot of close games. I just don't see them winning the division. This is another bold prediction. I mean, a lot of people, they're going to pick Kansas City because of, what they've been doing. I think either the Chargers or the Denver Broncos might take the division. I think the Chargers were 11-6 last year. The Broncos were 10-7. I think the Broncos are going to get better. I like Bo Nix, and I like the team. They picked up DK Dobbins in free trade. Come on now, really? And their defense has gotten so much better. Oh my! I mean, Afunga, Greenlaw. Some great acquisitions over the summer. I think the Denver Broncos are going to take this division. I really do. That's my bold prediction. They're going to take the division. They're going to be 12-5. And the Chargers will be 11-6 again. Chargers and the Denver Broncos will make the playoffs. I think the Kansas City Chiefs might go 9-8, maybe 10-7, and take the third place. They might squeak into the playoffs. The Kansas City Chiefs might. Guys, this has been fun. I have two bold predictions. I have the Denver Broncos winning the West. I have the AFC South. I have the Indianapolis Colts winning that division. I have the Baltimore Ravens trying to beat off the Pittsburgh Steelers with Aaron Rodgers. I have them winning the division. And last but not least, I have the Buffalo Bills and the Miami Dolphins going at it. I think Buffalo will take it. So there you go. Pretty cool. Buffalo, Baltimore, the Colts, and the Denver Broncos. Wow. Are you ready? We need a drum roll. The AFC champion that will be in the Super Bowl will be the Baltimore Ravens. The Baltimore Ravens will be playing the Los Angeles Rams this coming Super Bowl. Guys, and remember, subscribe, turn your notifications on, comment. See you next week.
Yeah, 1 2 1 2.
Hey yo, AC.
1 2 1 2. Mic check.